Hi, I'm Toby Smithson. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and a passionate advocate for healthy eating choices. It's my pleasure to work with the American Heart Association and Aramark to share nutritious tips to some of our favorite recipes. We all know that fruits and vegetables are good for us, but are you eating a variety of them? That's the key. If you're only eating fruits and no veggies, or eating the same ones over and over again, you're missing out on major health benefits. Fruits and vegetables provide essential nutrients and fiber that support good health. A diet rich in vegetables and fruits can lower blood pressure, reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke, and prevent some types of cancer. If you don't know where to start, here are a few easy tips to consider. Make sure you include fruits and veggies at every meal and snack. The American Heart Association recommends filling at least half your plate with fruits and veggies to make it to the recommended 4 1/2 cups of each per day. The good news is that all forms count, which means canned, dried, fresh, and frozen varieties can help you reach your goal. In case you're looking for ideas, here are some meal options. For breakfast, add bananas, raisins, or berries to your cereal. Add chopped up vegetables to your eggs or potatoes. Try onions, celery, green or red bell peppers, or spinach. For lunch, put vegetables on your sandwich, such as cucumber, sprouts, tomato, lettuce, or avocado. Include a piece of fruit or raw veggie sticks instead of chips. And for dinner, add a side of vegetables. Frozen veggies are fine and delicious. They are picked and frozen at the peak of ripeness, capturing all their amazing flavor. Here's an easy recipe to get you started. Enjoy.
I'm Carol Ritchie, and today I'll be preparing a delicious chopped veggie salad, which is very colorful as well. So it really helps to include your fruits and vegetables into every meal. And one that I've been doing personally for many, many years. Often when I come home after a long day of cooking, I love to have a salad. And I love to spend time at my cutting board so that I can kind of decompress from the day. And I really get excited about the meal to come. So I'm going to share with you all of my tips. So I have my cutting board here and I have my knife. This is one of the knives that I really love to use. It is a chef knife, and I put my thumb here and my index finger right there. If you do that, you have complete control over that knife. And I'll show you just by going down like that, it's not going to come, you're not going to be wobbly or anything like that. If you put a finger up on top of the knife, what's going to happen, it's not really that stable. So you could potentially cut yourself. So the best advice that I could give you is to just really do what we call the pinch grip. So your thumb here, index finger here, and that knife becomes an extension of your hand. Now, of course, with the other hand, you're going to make the claw or the bridge, which is going to protect your fingers. So you don't want to do kneeling fingers, but you want to have like your fingers kind of slightly curved. This thumb here is going to go behind the fingers so that it protects your thumb. And as long as you don't lift your knife higher than your knuckles, you're going to be in great shape. Some chefs will have it right close to their knuckles, and I sometimes find I go a little bit of a space just to give me that comfort zone. That's fine, whatever comfortable for you. And I usually use a downward forward motion. Going up and down like that is just too much work. So if you leave the point down and you go in that little downward forward motion, almost like a little chugga train, that really helps you become very efficient. So let me show you how to cut now. So I have a tomato here and round things roll. So I've got this on its flat top right there. I'll do like a little tunnel, which is like hands parallel to the knife. Then you're going to use a sawing motion to slice it in half. I'll do the same thing right here. So for chopping, we'll cut them into wedges first, and then we'll cut them into cubes. Knife skills, again, is just one of those things you can practice cutting a little bit every day that will really help improve your confidence and you get to eat some really delicious foods. So there you go, beautiful tomatoes. I'll just put those right into my bowl. I oftentimes will use my knife as a little pickup as well. You do have to be careful because it's sharp. In that case, you could always use the back of your knife just to move the food. Okay, so remember your claw. And with this one, because the tomato skin is kind of tough, we're just going to give it a little sawing cut and then lift that up. And there you go. Now, I always try to think, okay, when do I cut the onion? I'm going to usually do that last because it tends to make you tear up just a little bit. So we'll get to that. But the red bell pepper is a good one to start with, or the next one to go, because it is not so messy as like the avocado and the onion would be. So I trim the top off and I trim the bottom off. I learned this from a wonderful mentor, and so whenever I do it, I always think of him. It's fun to cook with your family. You're going to discover things about how you do things, how you hold your knife, how you hold your spoon. Now I've got chopped top and bottom on that beautiful red bell pepper. And we're going to just cut this all around so that the seeds stay in. So to do that, this knife is going to be going this way, and then your other hand's going to be doing that. It's like a little roll. So I start parallel. If you go like this, you could really do some damage to your hands. So just make sure it's nice and flat. So we'll go do there, and then again, your knife's going to stay in the bottom here. We'll just roll, 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 and ta-da, presto, there you go. Now, I'll cut this into pieces. They'll be a little easier to manage. And I usually cut it skin side down because I find that it's just a little easier to cut because the bell pepper skin can be a little bit tough. Now, if your cutting board slides a little bit, another great trick is you can put a wet paper towel underneath it, and that'll prevent it from sliding around. All kinds of great little tricks. Have fun with it. Enjoy. All right, now we have red onion. So this red onion has been cut in half right there. There is the root end, and here's the stem. So I'm going to just trim that stem end off. And it's always nice to have a little bowl handy in case you put your trimmings in there. Those can be used for compost, or you can use them for stock, and you can freeze that. So very nice. So I'll take the skin off, and it just depends on how thin or thick the skin is. Sometimes I'll take it off just to make sure that I've got everything off, but I'll use that for something else. For the onion, parallel cut, just go ahead and make 2 lines right here. Then you'll turn it. You'll take the tip of your knife and just go straight down. You don't want your tip of your knife to go past the root end. And we leave the root end intact so that you won't cry so much. There you go. And you can even rinse it in cold water. That will help. And you'll have an easy time of cutting that up onion. And as my friend would say, you don't want to form an emotional bond with your onion. So here's the chopped up onion. Beautiful. And then, the last but not least, an avocado. So whenever you choose an avocado, it should be heavy for its size. When you take your thumb and press it up near the stem, it should yield to gentle pressure. I always take this little piece out because you never know, it could pop off and get in your salad. So it's just like the little stem, and just put that in your bowl. Now, if it's not ripe, just set it on the counter for a couple days, or even in a paper sack. Done. It'll be nice and ripe. Parallel cut. You'll place your hands parallel, do a little round turn there, and you'll do a twist. And there you go. You perhaps have seen a lot of chefs or a lot of cooks, going like this with the knife. And that's fine. That's an okay way to do it. Sometimes I put a pot mitt on to protect my hand. That's really wise. But if you're not comfortable with doing that, let me show you another easier way. So you can just take parallel hand again. You're going to make this into a quarter slice, and then you can easily take that round pit right out of there. Very simple. All right, now with these, you could just take a spoon and gently scrape them off. Make sure you get every little bit, because that avocado is so delicious and nutritious. And when I'm building salads at home, I like to have a lot of these ingredients available to me. So I'll definitely share some tips and hints on what else you can put in your salad. Okay, so there we go. Now I'll just chop this up again, knife skill, thumb, index finger, pinch, grip, and smile because remember, you're having fun. Alrighty. You're making your best dinner ever. And it could be a lunch, whatever you want. There you go. So we have avocado. Perfect, perfect. So now let's build this salad. I have here the red bell pepper, and that's actually not in the recipe, by the way, but could you add it? Absolutely you could. Many of us chefs, we like to be versatile and use what's in season. It's just a really good idea. When you're thinking of greens for your salad, think dark leafy greens. This is spinach, but by all means you could use romaine, you could use kale, and if you do like iceberg, just mix that with some of the other darker greens. Get that kind of, blended in, and so you kind of get used to those flavors. So you have gorgeous chopped spinach, and we have some more tomatoes here. Beautiful. Nothing beats a fresh tomato. We have corn. When it comes to adding vegetables in your salad, keep open-minded. You could do canned, you can do frozen, you can do fresh from your garden, whatever you've got. I love cucumber in a salad. It really provides that great crunch. And of course, we've got a little bit more red onion. And my favorite, edamame. So this is just edamame that you find in the frozen section. It's you just cook it according to the package directions. That gives you good protein. So it's really easy to add protein to the salad by either using the edamame beans like black beans or chickpeas, or you could use lean chicken and lean pork, or even a small amount of cubed fish perhaps, or tuna. So makes it nice. So we'll stir this a little bit and we'll whip up a dressing. So grains are good in salads too. You could do cooked barley, cooked lentils, cooked wild rice, and you could even do, strawberries. I've had strawberries in a salad before, like a spinach and strawberry salad. That's really delicious. All right, so when I make a dressing, I like to be, a little creative. I like to shake it up. And for this, you just really need that brightness of the lemon juice and just a small amount of olive oil and pepper, and we'll shake that up. Whenever I'm trimming fat from my heart healthy recipes, I have to add back flavor. So that's where the burst of the lemon comes from, and mixing it with the pepper and the olive oil, it's not only fun, but it's gonna be delicious on your salad. It's gonna blend well and harmonize well with all of these flavors. So there we go. We'll just pour that on top, and I'll give it a mix. And as you can see, we've got this gorgeous salad here. So look at that. So remember, you could be very, very flexible on this. You can add the things that you like to add and make it fun. So, one other thing, I love to put fresh chopped apple in mine too. That is so delicious. You could even do dried fruits like unsweetened cranberries, dried cherries, almonds. Just think of all the great possibilities there. I'm going to mound this up, and so you can see a nice version of the finished dish there. It'll tell you what the portion size is. And the best part is just to, share this with your family and friends. Thank you for learning and cooking with us. Aramark and the American Heart Association want to help you discover, choose, and prepare healthy foods. For additional resources, go to heart.org/healthyforlife.